All right, 8:38 on the Nielsen Show here on Edmonton Sports Talk. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at edmontonsportstalk.com, just send the link to EST to all of your buddies. It is Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. And we do have a gift certificate to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. All you have to do is text in Beer Me right now to 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Shaun Kirk joins us from Odd Company Brewing, head brewer. I believe I've been told. Hey,
head brewer, you're right.
How so? Did you start as like secondary brewer? And then...
Yeah, so I started as an assistant brewer.
Okay.
4 years this September coming up. So I came into the industry with like relatively no experience at all.
Really?
Yeah, I did some of those like home brew, like those box kits you get from the grocery store.
You started from that?
Yeah, I started from that.
I love it.
Yeah, and then just did that. Kind of liked it. I was looking for work about almost 4 years ago. One of my buddies actually, who's one of the owners at Odd Company, is like, hey, I got a position for assistant brewer at Odd Company. Like, want to try it out? Yeah, why not? I picked it up really quick. I think within 3 weeks, I was doing everything kind of on my own.
So you're like a natural.
What a story.
Yeah.
From the bottom up.
Yeah. I didn't go to school or anything, but I just kind of learned everything on the job as I was doing it. And the guy who I was working with, he had about, I think, like 13 or 14 years of experience. And being able to like work one-on-one with him was just like best experience for me to learn everything.
That was your school.
Hands-on, man. That's
schooling.
That's more valuable than school.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you have to be with somebody who's done that. Yeah.
Don't have to write a thesis or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Dissertation.
Just do it, right? And so, he parted ways last summer, and I put my name forward to take on the role of head brewer, and kind of transpired from there. And
so no pressure now. I mean, all these beers got to be delicious.
They got to be good.
Yeah, they got to be good.
So far, like knock on wood, we haven't had any issues yet. So
okay, that's good. All right, well, let's. You brought a bunch, so let's dive into it, man.
Pretty much everything here. So we can start.
Is that the actual?
So this is the one that's the beer of the month for Sobeys. It's the Passionfruit Coconut Sour.
Okay. So do you come up with that? So somebody say the idea to you, and then you've got to go make. So what is this? A passionfruit coconut sour?
That's a full name.
So these core ones here, these are the recipes that they had made up before I had started. Did a little bit of tweaking over the last year just to kind of dial things out a bit more. Obviously, like going to a new space like we did at Ritchie. Volume's obviously a lot higher, so we have to kind of measure things out a bit differently. But everything's still tasting really great. Outside of the core beers, anything like kind of rotational. I get to kind of come up with recipes, pass it on to the boss, and say, here, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
Try to make it more seasonal, obviously, this time of year. Looking for anything kind of lighter, maybe more fruited, things like that. Wintertime, stouts, porters, anything kind of darker, and more like that.
So this one is the beer of the week, Passion Fruit Coconut Sour. It's $14.99 at Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. For a 4-pack. So we've done this segment for over a decade. I don't think I've ever tried it's
quite the combo.
Nobody else does this one. Yeah. So what are we expecting?
So it is quite fruity. That passion fruit is pretty strong, and it does have a coconut forward flavor, but it's not overpowering. And it is quite.
So the passion fruit is more of what drives this thing?
More, for sure. And it is pretty sour, comparative to like a lot of other beers out there. It's not like overly sour, but you do get a lot of that sourness just from the passion fruit. So
is there that conversation I think we've had with others where there's sours,
the puckery sour,
and then there's a beer that are they different? Can you do just a straight up sour and then a beer that is kind of sour?
Yeah, like you could do it differently. I mean, there's different ways of doing a sour. We do like what's called we pitch like a lactobacillus, which is just basically like a live culture bacteria into the beer. Kind of like makes it a sort of probiotic, if you will, in a sense.
Okay.
Other people do kettle souring sometimes, so we'll do it in the actual boil. From what I've experienced, this is the way that we've always done it, and it's just the more consistent way of getting like kind of what you need out of it. And obviously, like depending on what you add in for the fruits, can intensify the sourness.
This smells absolutely delicious.
Very interesting.
Like, this smells great.
Yeah, this in the summertime is definitely one of the top sours.
Scott over in the chat says passion fruit coconut. You have my attention.
Okay.
All right. So here's cheers to
cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Let's go cheers to the Oilers game tonight. I gotta get this one here. There we go. Wow.
Okay.
Holy smokes. You're right. Just a little. Trev, did you try this? Let's pour one for Trev here. You're right. There's a bit of coconut. You get like a bit of coconut in there, but that passion fruit is punching you right in the face.
It's right there. Yeah.
That is, I mean, what do we say? It's 27 on Sunday. Like this is this is a great beer.
Barbecue.
That's gonna be that crushable.
That's another thing.
Hot weather summer beer, right?
Oh man, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a tough one. We're gonna be fighting for that one. I mean, we got a bunch that we'll be able to throw in the fridge. But all right, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep going. Where are we going next?
Let's go with
Wow, that's so unique, but delicious.
And a good sour. Good level of sour.
Yeah, just a little bit of sour.
Just a little bit. It's not terrible. Like, it's not overwhelming, right? But it's just enough to kind of like hit that like nice note, right? So this is the Tío Juanito. This one is the Mexican.
Okay, say that again. It's a
Tío Juanito.
Tío Juanito. Okay.
Yeah. This is our Mexican lager. So this is also a really popular one in the summertime. Just super light, crisp, crushable.
Tell us about the designs on the cans.
We have a really creative marketing manager, Jen, and she's quite artistic. So she's
laying these out.
She's laying these out, and I think with the help of the owners too, just to kind of get something different out there. Our labels before were just very, I don't want to say plain, but kind of more on the basic side, right?
Yeah.
With the cans now, like this, with the new labels, we can kind of like stand out more. I've always found that when you go to a liquor store and you're looking at the beers,
there's a lot going on.
There is a ton going on,
and
it's really tough to stand out on a liquor store shelf.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I find like you're going to be drawn to more kind of what pops out on the shelf, right? And I think having a nice kind of loud label will let that happen.
Can we run an idea by you that I had this morning?
Of course.
What do you think about a cartoon about a liquor store at night after all the humans leave? Hey, don't you think that would be funny?
Yeah.
Like Crown Royals, right? Gentlemen, the whiskey's a cowboy. We had that idea today, and also good job bringing all these mini cups, because then we're not mixing. By the time we mix the beer, so let's go. Cheers to our cartoon liquor store idea.
Hell of an idea.
And I think it would be very funny. Yeah. Pilot episode. Yeah, I mean,
barbecue again.
Yeah, I mean,
light.
That's super.
Right?
That's exactly what you're expecting, right?
Yeah,
and that's important. I mean, that beers where it's just
absolutely
people know what they want. They want to get a little cerveza here, and that one hits.
You don't want to overthink it too much sometimes with what you're doing. Everybody, much like the can art, people go in different directions. This earlier one, the first beer was great. I mean,
absolutely
Passionfruit Coconut Sour, but having a good light lager.
Yeah.
Nice to have in the pack.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like, it's the fun thing with craft beer, right? You can get a little bit wild and just do some kind of crazy things.
Have you ever done one that you're like, oh, this is going to be so good, and then it just sucks? And you're like, oh, we can't even make this. Like, how often do you guys miss? Like, as a head brewer?
Honestly, not often.
Okay.
We're pretty good at kind of doing what we think is going to be like appeasing like the masses, right? Sometimes they might not necessarily hit the way we necessarily want them to.
Yeah.
But they always turn out to be good, and there's always a group of people out there who will enjoy kind of what we're putting out there.
Okay, cool.
I've had a few that I've made that I'm like, I'm not getting the fruit that I want out of it for something like that, but it's not necessarily a bad beer. It's just my own.
You're your own worst critic. Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
Yeah.
I want to get to this too, and I know we're doing the beers, but multiple people have sent in messages about the animal burger. And I must
tell me
they one of the best burgers in the city.
The animal burger,
hands down.
Is it just all meat?
The meat in it, yes, but other things. But the great burger at Odd Company,
smash burger style.
Yeah.
We make our own.
That your best, highest selling one?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
just amazing.
Yeah, it got best burger in the city a couple years ago.
What?
I think. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, a few years ago. Yeah.
One of those with your dark lager. I pair that with the
and I actually brought that today too. Yeah,
my man.
Yeah, other burger places might hate you guys then. Well, as a burger store to lose
that smash burger.
It's funny too, because this I'm pretty sure this actually happened when we were still just downtown at the small location before Richie even opened up, that we got this award, right? So this little tiny brewery with this tiny kitchen the size of a bathroom. We're pulling out these burgers that are like just,
and you get a side of chips,
right?
Oh,
perfect.
Hawkins
cheesies. God,
can't be beat.
I'd crush them up a little bit, put them on that burger. That's all I do. All right, so what's this one?
So this one is the Italian Pilsner.
Okay.
So again, very light, crisp, nice finish for a good summer beer. A little bit higher ABV than the Tío, but not by much. Definitely has that more of that kind of Pilsner-y taste to it for sure. But also a really good sour. Competing with the Tío, it's always hard, but it's always one that's good for the summer as well.
Your birthday doesn't happen to be in May, does it?
No.
Wouldn't that have been something? I was going to cheers to all these May babies that have been texting their birthdays. All you Labor Day rematch babies out there. Cheers to you. Oh, man,
Mamma
that was
mia.
really good too.
Good to you, yeah.
Mamma mia.
Man. All right, we are rolling here. What else do we got? Let's keep lining these up.
All right.
Uh-oh.
So we got the next one here. This one we only started making within the last couple of years. It's called a New Zealand Pale Ale.
Okay.
So we actually
She's a New Zealand Pale Ale.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this one, I could be mistaken on this, but I do believe one of our owners is the one that came up with the idea for the label for the All Blacks.
Yes, that's,
Okay, yeah, that
that's
makes
a
sense.
rugby ball, is it not on
That
there?
is,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
a rugby label on the can.
Smart move.
This is not necessarily one of our cores, but I'd say it's kind of almost like a rotational core. This one we kind of come up with when we can fit it in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
but personally, it's one of my favorites that we do. I think it's got a really nice finish to it. It almost has like a white wine taste to it because of the hops that we use.
So you
in
got a
this
little
one.
space in the schedule, then you'll go, you know what,
Yeah.
let's bring another batch.
Let's bring
of
it in,
this
yeah.
up. Okay.
And this one actually has been getting asked for a lot. It is pretty popular for not being a core. So it's nice to have it kind of in
how
rotation when we
popular
can.
would it have to become to maybe become a core?
Basically, the way that I would look at it is like it'd be something that a lot of people would have to be kind of like coming in and almost be disappointed that it's not on.
Like,
there,
oh yeah, like
right?
you
It's
go
like,
for like a month. You're like, man,
Yeah.
we had 60 people come in this month, and they're like,
for sure,
oh, you don't
yeah.
have it.
Or people
Like,
coming in like, oh, I only came here to drink this one beer.
Yeah,
now
and it's not
on
there.
tap, right? Yeah.
yeah,
So the
yeah.
nice,
Keep the customer happy, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
The nice thing with this one though is if it's not on tap, you know it's going to come back within a couple months.
Yeah.
So
All right, excellent. Well, let's cheers to the weather turning here.
Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
boys, Trev,
Yeah.
come grab this one here.
Great day to hawk your beers when this is now shooting up.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's nice to be on a beer of the week when it's going to be 27 on
Absolutely,
Sunday.
yeah,
right.
The poor bastards who were on last
Well,
week
yeah,
when it
it's
was like
rain, yeah.
13 degrees and raining.
We should do that.
man.
What is it? The hika or whatever they do before the
Oh,
before the
haka.
match? Yeah, it makes you want to do that. Yeah.
Yes, I just keep lining these up. This is great. Now I'm trying to
so-
figure out which one's my favorite one so far.
So this one's kind of like I'd say it's more on the lighter side of a pale ale. It's not overly hoppy.
This one
but,
here?
but you
The last one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that
But
was.
you definitely get the hop flavor out of that one, right? So this one is our best seller and has been ever since I've started working for the company.
So this is the one that kind of took off. Eh?
Yeah,
Like,
so this is the
okay.
Good Chemistry IPA. Huge seller. We brew this one almost every 2 weeks.
Really?
We just go through it so quick.
So is the Good Chemistry? Is there a backstory to the name, or is it just because beer's a science and it came together so nicely?
Yeah, 'cause I think the whole reason behind this one too, just with the name, owners of the company, they all met when they were in university.
Oh.
And I think my friend actually, he is a chemist. I think maybe just coming together
okay.
with this
That
one,
makes
and
sense then.
this is the one that this one definitely takes off a lot.
I see a 6.9 on there too, which would explain maybe
6.9 on
the
there,
good
too.
selling. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would
Oh boy.
something to do with it.
So 6.9, but it's not.
So what is it? What type of, is it a lager or
This is
is
an
it
IPA.
Oh, IPA. Okay.
So
all right,
this one is heavily hopped, but it's more of the dry hop, so it's not overly bitter. So with the hop in the dry hop is more for the flavor and aroma, not
okay.
so much
As
the
opposed to bitterness. Yeah.
Yeah, so we add a little bit of a bittering hop in, pretty much late into the boil.
Is that how it works? Is that when you?
Yeah, so if you
okay.
want to get a more of a bitter flavor, I mean, obviously it depends on the hops you're using as well. But the earlier you add the hops into the beer, the more bitterness you're going to get. The later you add them in, you're going to get more of that flavor and aroma. That's why when people dry hop a beer, you're not really getting the bitterness. You're just getting that flavor and the aroma from the hops, which is nice because the different hops have different flavors and
You sound like a
different
chemist now.
characters, right? Yeah.
Get him in a white lab coat.
This
here.
is what. Hey, let's. Did you take chemistry in high school? Was that one of the sciences that you liked to do?
I took it, but I only showed up to about half the classes.
Yeah,
so.
I don't even think I don't think because what were your choices in high school for science? It was
Well, yeah,
biochemistry,
yeah,
biology,
biology,
physics.
physics.
I took
Yeah.
physics because I thought I was like a math guy. Hated physics.
Goodwill
I
Dusty.
definitely
Yeah.
should have taken chemistry. Physics was no good.
It was tough.
I remember I got moved from a table because I talked too much, and I only sat at that table because all the smart kids were at it. And I was like, I'll just copy off them all year.
Sure, yeah.
And then they moved me to a table with a bunch of idiots. And it sucked. Cheers to those idiots.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers to the
Yeah,
idiots
yeah.
in physics class. Huh? Oh man,
That's got a good
damn!
body.
That
Yeah,
one might
this
that
one-
one
this
might
one's-
be my
yeah,
favorite.
this one
It's
is
like
full body,
everyone's
yeah.
this is good.
Yeah, we do throw some flaked oats in this one, so it gets that like soft, kind of pillowy mouthfeel to it.
Yeah.
So you can just tell like that one's a banger. Like it's just as soon as you
yeah.
taste that, you're
Yeah,
like, God.
absolutely.
Yeah, sitting on that patio downtown and sipping on one of these.
Oh yeah.
That's where it's at.
You can't go wrong there. All right, let's bang out this last one here too. Once again, it was the first one we tried. That's the beer of the week. Passionfruit Coconut Sour. If you are just a big beer guy and you hate the rest of our show, obviously Sobeys Safeway Liquor is it's a podcast on its own, beer of the week. So just go search beer of the week, Sobeys Safeway Liquor on all your podcasting platforms, and you can find it there. All right, so we're switching it up here.
All right, so so now we're finishing dark. So this is the Mirage Dark Lager.
This is where it's at.
Yeah, so this one's really good. Again,
I love it.
One of my favorite ones that we do. It's great for winter, but it's also great for summer. It's not a heavy beer because it is still a lager, but it's just got. It's got
okay, that's interesting.
To the eye, you would think, but you're right.
Let's pour this thing. I gotta see this thing.
So it's dark, but it is a lager, and so it is still very crisp and very light. So it does kind of
best of both worlds.
Because like our history on this segment, I'm not a huge dark beer guy.
I'm a stout guy more in the darker. But
so this is just a lager that.
Yeah. So you do get the darker malty flavor, but it's not like it's not heavy like a stout would be, right?
Yeah.
But you are right. It's good wintertime and like you can do all seasons. It's an all season,
all season beer.
So if you're a dark beer guy, to have this one hit in the summer too,
absolutely,
it's pretty big for it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, let's go. What should we cheers to here, boys? Any suggestions? What happened in that Europa League final? Maybe we cheers to
the Tottenham Hotspur.
To the Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh boy,
the guy over there is a huge Man U guy.
Man,
cheers to
no way!
Oh,
no way!
I'm so sorry, man. That is a huge coincidence.
And may I also add on to Liverpool lifting the Premier League on Sunday? Oh, you gotta love that. You gotta love that.
So,
I want your reaction to this. Because right to the eye,
that's probably the best dark beer I've ever had.
Right?
All right.
Because for me, my God. You've done it. You've created a dark beer that I enjoy.
All right.
You've done it.
That's that's terrific.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, so you guys got a lot going on. Just the details of people. I mean, a lot of people know about you guys already, but if they want to pop by and see you and hit up that Animal Burger and get some of these beers, where can they find you?
Absolutely. So our small location downtown, Oliver Square. It's the Oliver Exchange Building.
Okay. Yep.
Right down from Shogun Sushi, and then the bigger location at the Ritchie, right across from the Edmonton compound. Our lot.
Okay. Yeah.
Lot. Right down in there, across the street from Ale Architect. Full menu there, way bigger space, obviously, upstairs, downstairs, and a full patio. Full menu there. Downtown, we're kind of limited to just the Animal Burger and then sandwiches.
And that might be all you need from what I hear.
That might be all you need, right?
Dude, you got to get that
I got
going.
to try this Animal Burger.
That dark lager with the Animal Burger and
me
the side
being
of
a dark lager and Animal Burger guy.
Summer of Dusty.
Holy smokes. Yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks a lot for coming in. We'll let you slide out and then we'll wrap the show.
Sounds good.
And once again, the beer of the week is the Odd Company's Passion Fruit Coconut Sour, which man, we got 6 open ones here already. We'll have to get into these. What a nice beer of the week segment. Hey, boys, kind of let that run a bit because we had a full flat here.
Oh,
hey,
I like the cups. That was a good touch. I like that.
Yeah, no, it was good because there was no crossover there.